Random House Audible presents Boss Talk. Top CEOs share the ideas that drive the world's most successful companies. From the editors of the Wall Street Journal. Read for you by J. Gregory, Robert MacNamara, Bill Meisle, and Jennifer Wiltsie. Introduction by Tom Peters. A few years back, I wrote a book called The Pursuit of Wow. Well, forget that. There's no wow here. That is, this is better than wow. Boss Talk is just that. Conversations with an extraordinary set of bosses. And what they have to tell us is mundane. Read common sense. Inspiring. Read uncommon sense. Hence my highlights tape from this remarkable book. Consider Jack Welch. Arguably, he did better than almost anybody running a business during the last 100 years or so. Yet he tells us that his real secret is no secret at all. Rather, it's simply an abiding obsession with developing talent, an idea worthy of the best National Football League general manager. Moreover, he insists, despite the astonishing size of GE, that his executives think of themselves as running a grocery store. They'll instinctively make the correct decisions, he claims, if they focus on the basics of people and customers and service and innovation. Could it be that simple? Hard, really, if you've ever run a grocery store. To some extent, yes. That's the secret of this book. A focus on, nay, obsession with, the basics, within the context of the particular enterprise. Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer also offers us simplicity itself. He insists that the big guy at Big Co has to proffer a crystal-clear definition of where true north is. The endpoint must also be exciting enough to stir thousands to uncommon effort. Clear thought and leading proposition are the terms he uses. It's boss as weather vane. Then the big guy must signal the staff about what really matters, and thus, by definition, what doesn't. As a CEO friend said to me, "Remember, Tom, it's the to-don'ts that really matter." Amen. Nice, Steve. And the point of all this, such clarity is absent in 9 of 10 big enterprises. While the market has gone bonkers on him, it would be absurd to denigrate the amazing track record that John Chambers has put together at Cisco Systems. Yes, he's developed a brilliant strategy of acquiring innovation. Some question it. I'm not one of them. I applaud. But his secret isn't cool acquisitions. It's getting mileage out of those acquisitions in a world where most efforts at combination, small and large, fail by far to live up to their potential. Thus, from Brother Chambers, we hear about, guess what? Talent. Welch Redux. In particular, we hear about developing and maintaining an energetic corporate culture in the face of incredible growth, which excites the entrepreneurial sorts Chambers has brought to the party. Chambers also makes an impassioned plea for putting customers first. It's like the talent thing. That is, putting customers really first in every corporate decision and process, miles and miles beyond typical king customer lip service. Note, Chambers claims he's repeatedly amazed that upon spending time with the senior leadership of big companies, he hears literally nothing in the space of several hours directly about the customer. That ain't Cisco. That ain't Chambers. How boring, eh? Not. While there have been numerous hiccups along the way, Daimler-Chrysler CEO Jürgen Schrempp has done a better-than-decent job with a monstrously difficult merger. And he too offers us, ho-hum, simplicity itself. Well, it's simplicity in retrospect, but quite counterintuitive until one gives it a second and then third thought. Schrempp claims that he coined the phrase, the danger of a deadly wish for harmony. That is, he contends that most post-merger marriages fail because everybody tries to income average, in effect, to push off the hard decisions and offer hopelessly political compromises. Schrempp also calls these all-important make-or-break decisions digital decisions. That is, 1 or 0, a clear yes or a clear no. And don't wobble, get on with it. He argues persuasively that making a decision and moving forward and seeing what happens, even if it's messy, is far better than endless debate followed by mealy-mouthed compromise. A damn good point, I'd aver. The shrimp doctrine is followed by the thoughts of perhaps the most successful merger master of them all in recent times, Sandy Weill, who put together Citicorp and Travelers. Weill tells us again that success flows from moving damned fast, and then getting on with the next chapter as opposed to leaving thousands, hundreds of thousands in his case, in the dark about what's up. Speedy and decisive decision-making, he claims, is the key to holding on to good people and getting the great mass of individuals focused on the future, rather than allowing them to wallow in the turmoil of bent relationships that inevitably accompany a merger. He also underscores another obvious point, which many others fudge on. Treating the acquired company with the utmost respect is a sine qua non of merger integration success. Then, Novartis CEO Daniel Vasella chimes in on the topic of mergers and rapid growth. And what he gives us, in effect, is ditto Welch. It's all about developing the very best talent pool. Obvious, yes, but worth repeating again, again, and then again, which so many of these CEOs do. It's the talent, stupid. No one ever claims not to be a people person, but few can match the obsession, and obsession is exactly the right word, of people like Vasella and Welch and Ballmer. An obsession with talent, which occupies most of your very long days. Vasella adds, intriguingly, that when you acquire something big, you must immediately figure out how to break it up, and then create energetic, forward-looking business units that take advantage of overall size, while avoiding the sluggishness accompanying the huge complexities that invariably attend to huge organizations. Amen redux. And now, more basics. But this time on the topic of brand building. Basics from someone who's most famous for creating amazing buzz. Namely Tina Brown, currently chairman and editor-in-chief of Talk magazine, and formerly turnaround queen at Vanity Fair and The New Yorker. Brown gives lots of useful tips, but the one that I like best is again worthy of repeating time and time again. There's no such thing as buzz that works unless the product is seriously cool. Yes, Brown is a born buzzmeister, but a buzzmeister who first and foremost created one hell of a product. Significantly different and more energetic than what she inherited. She also reveals a confidence that I suspect is essential to those determined to keep an enterprise, media or non-media, perpetually fresh. She insists she's easily bored. While that speaks to freshness, Brown paradoxically also champions consistency. I have always felt that you should be able to throw a magazine on the floor at any page and know whose magazine it is. Whoops! We've just been let in on the great secret of brand power. Fresh and familiar at once. Ms. Brown's theme is echoed and amplified by Kevin Roberts, the chief executive of Saatchi & Saatchi. The secret of brand building is no secret at all. The advertising man says, in effect, it ain't about the advertising. It's about how incredibly exciting the product is and the degree to which it works its long-term emotional appeal on us. For example, he claims that Apple is the most sensual product since the vibrator, and he chuckles about how his daughter almost strokes her new Volkswagen Beetle. Branding, then, for these two masters is not skin-deep, it's soul-deep. Michael Dell provides brilliant lessons from the new economy, and simple ones, though these require a mighty effort, as do all these simple ideas, to execute. Dell, of course, is the unparalleled master of the supply chain. He's driven, obsessed, driven by his effort to shrink, eliminate transaction costs. Think of them as friction throughout the entire Dell system, from supplier to customer. It's not about working over the supply chain. It's about a complete reconception of a perfectly oiled supply chain, doing the most incredibly complex tasks at literally the speed of light. Dell's newest plant, for instance, turns out 20,000 custom-engineered computers a day, and yet needs only 100 square feet of spare parts storage. Holy smokes. Again, in the Michael Dell interview, one is repeatedly struck by the absolute clarity and intensity of his vision. Eaton Corporation was founded in 1911 as an axle maker for trucks. Yet Eaton CEO Stephen Hardis has the company.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?